Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Renee Jones, and today we're going to talk about how to get things done with your husband whenever you're irritated with him. Yes, how to do that. Some of you don't have to actually work with your spouses, though it's Sunday today, so even being around the house with your spouse trying to get things done can be difficult when they're incredibly irritating. And the fact that he's smiling right now is even irritating me. So let's talk about how to make that happen and even how this morning started for me. First of all, I always resort to the silent treatment, which for Diego apparently doesn't work. He won't just let me be silent. And for me, I don't know about for you. Maybe for some of you, the silent treatment, you hope that he'll actually speak to you. You see, even that he's drinking out of his Miami Heat cup this morning is irritating me because he's all about LeBron James. But so some of you, getting back to the topic, might actually want him to speak to you when you're giving the silent treatment. I don't. I don't. Do you have, actually, don't speak. Anyway, so let's see, I decided to go get some coffee this morning, which his LeBron mug reminds me of. And so I grab a cup. And he said, why are you drinking out of that cup? This is after I'm already very irritated. And I'm like, what's wrong with this cup? This is during the silent treatment. Well, that one's not very good. Okay, well, you do understand that I just had surgery and that all of the good ones you put at a place that I can't reach, right? But I didn't tell him that at the time because I truly could not speak to him. I just said, just get me a mug. Yeah, I did. That's what I did. Anyway, so this is, perhaps not good advice on how to actually get things done when you're working with your spouse. Do you have any suggestions on that?
No, I don't.
No, see, he has learned over 10 years when to be quiet, sometimes. But, we've had, over the past 10 years, we actually have worked together almost all of those 10 years. Because many of you know that if I were you, came from a storage unit idea. We were auction hunting together, and which came because he was a physical therapist and he got laid off. Something about IRS coming in and telling you all to go flat on the ground kind of thing, right?
No. It was the FBI.
Yeah. He was freaked out about that. They actually told you to go flat on the ground, is that right?
No, they just told us all to come to the front and to not use our cell phones, to just sit there, be quiet, don't say a word. At the time, I was so scared, I didn't know, but now, of course, I would do things differently. I would use my cell phone and call people or whatever because they can't tell you not to do that.
But it was a work comp fraud or something your office was doing. Yeah, anyway. We started auction hunting just like what you saw on Storage Wars or see on Storage Wars, but it was before everybody else was doing it. Anyway, he found a journal, so I didn't make this quick. He found a journal, started reading it, and the whole idea of Inside Out, came from him finding that journal and nagging me incessantly to the point that I was really irritated sometimes about how he needed me to write the story, though in this case I am very grateful for that. Yeah, whatever. But when we were auction hunting, we often had little wars, did we not?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things would be like, he believed we had to have perfect pictures, which I will say, yes, the pictures made a difference. But see, things would happen, like I would go in and I would find things in the auction units that I valued. I, as a female, said, females are going to want to buy these things. But he's a guy, and he didn't see any value. So I'd take the pictures because he wouldn't get to the pictures. And then he'd tell me how horrible they were. And then we'd have the same kind of exchange we had this morning. And then finally he'd take the pictures, and then I would gloat about how the stuff sold really well on eBay, right?
That happened once.
No, that happened like 1,000,000 times, right?
maybe once or twice.
Oh, yeah. Although he took good pictures, I'll say that, right? So what about some guy advice for what happened this morning, working with a spouse during irritating times?
Well, most guys know when they're being irritating to your spouse. And
so you knew.
Yeah, we just kind of, I don't know, that part of our brain doesn't work that tells us to keep our mouth shut and not move forward, not keep talking or saying things that we know will irritate our spouse.
You knew this morning it was irritating me too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we just keep right on going with it. Just want to...
So this is your advice that you're just...
No, my advice is to try, well, this has been going on for millennia, I guess, but just, guys, try to keep your mouth shut if you don't want to have
But what if the spouse really wants you to speak to them?
What?
Well, to keep your advice to you should be to keep your mouth shut, which you completely didn't do this morning. So your advice to somebody who they want them to speak to them would be to speak to them, only they would probably do the opposite, right?
Probably, yeah. So we do kind of help make the relationship, keep it interesting, keep it nice, and, nothing like a good argument in the morning to, get the blood flowing, make things nice and happy. But things always calm down, and so, it all works out in the end.
So there you have it, the great man advice on how to work with your spouse. I'm sure you found that as helpful as I did, and we will see you guys soon. Bye.